Hey guys, welcome to my Griffin versus FunPlus Phoenix squad review. I cannot believe there's an actual team in China called FunPlus Phoenix. This is some next level naming schemes. Anyways, I haven't been keeping up with LCK and LPL at all this split because I really wanted to focus my attention on two regions, and naturally one of my primary region is going to be NALCS because I just live here and LCS is my league. I feel like, at least for me, like that's my league. Like LCS is where I coach, LCS is where my friends play, where my friends coach. So yeah, LCS is my league. And LEC actually has been incredibly exciting after MSI, and I've been enjoying keeping up with it. And I've been getting a lot of European viewers, so I do want to appease them. So I completely dropped LCK and LPL. But for Rift Rivals, I was like, why don't we watch some of the matches? So here I am. I don't know the team very well, but we'll give it our best. Alright, we all know Griffin, the best team in Korea. They actually been getting contested a lot by SKT, where they actually lost to SKT in Spring Split. But as soon as summer started, SKT went whoosh, and Griffin still maintained on the top. So funny to see Griffin always do well and just come a little bit short when it really counts. So for FunPlus Phoenix, the two players I do know a lot about is Doinb and Gimgun. Gimgun's actually like an amateur player in Korea that went over to LPL and just had his entire career like all the way in LPL. And Doinb kind of the same way, where he went to LPL at a very early stage in his career and he's been succeeding a lot. Doinb is a player that's very eccentric in terms of play style. Like he will pull out crazy picks. So I'm very excited to see what FPX is willing to pull out. Some of the bands like that's a little bit different from North America and Europe that I recognize a lot is Irelia priority is really low, Sona priority is really low compared to NA in Europe. Seju first pick, no surprise there. Gragas Lux, this is just a really flexible first round of picks. Lux can go both mid and support. Gragas can go jungle, support, or even mid, but most likely going to be jungle. I don't think Gragas support is like a real thing. I know some people have played it before, but you have to be extremely good to really make it work. On the other hand, for Griffin, early Tom Kench. Tom Kench is great as a blind pick right now, and Seju Irelia, that's what we love to see. Wow, blind Vayne this early. Holy fuck, what are they thinking? Blind Vayne, what the fuck? So they're just picking Lux, Vayne into Tom Kench, and they're just like, we chill with this shit. This is what we're gonna do. That's crazy. That shit cray. That shit cray. Varus ban, definitely kind of a protection ban for Vayne, since Vayne is not the greatest laner, especially versus long range champions like Varus, Caitlyn. GP blind, one of the best blinds in the meta right now for top lane. I would actually say the best blind along with Nico. Victor, this could actually be a bot lane Victor. I know people like bot lane Victor when they need to scale. Okay, definitely going to be a bot lane Victor if he locked out Aatrox in. So Victor Kench versus Vayne Lux. What? Oh my god, this is the Pantheon mid that people talked about. Holy shit. Okay, once everything's locked in, let's talk. Looks like everything's locked in, so let's talk. So let's go over Griffin, because this is the one I'm gonna know a little bit more. Griffin has been, this is a classic Griffin comp. I feel like Griffin loves a lot of tanks, a lot of CC. They like not caring about scaling because they team fight so well and they never really make big mistakes that puts them behind. And this comp is pretty much that. A lot of CC. They have Seju, they have Irelia, they have Aatrox, they have Victor. They have really good team fighting champions. Seju, Victor, Aatrox, these are some of the best team fighting champions in the meta, and they have really good engage from Seju. They can flank with Aatrox. This is just a very comfortable Griffin comp, a comp we see a lot from Griffin, at least from Spring. On the other hand, for FPX, one thing they have going is incredibly strong mid 2v2. Like Pantheon Gragas, this is fucking stuff of nightmares for any mid laner. If you played League of Legends before and you laned against a Pantheon in top lane or even mid lane, you know how nightmare that can be. Also, Pantheon as a counter to Irelia, because Irelia is a champion that's very dependent on her mobility, and if you can chain CC and burst her, she can be exploitable. And when you have the Gragas Pantheon duo in the mid jungle, that is something that's very possible versus the Irelia. So the mid 2v2 is something we're going to have to watch out for a lot. So once we see this Pantheon Gragas get going, they can either help the GP lane or dive the bot lane and help the Vayne. So they have good scaling from both their side lane, which is really going to help out the Pantheon pick a lot, because this Pantheon pick is something that's going to get outscaled extremely quickly. So let's go. Wow, I'm actually hella excited. I don't think I've seen a Pantheon mid in like, I can't even recall the last time I saw a Pantheon mid in competitive play. When's the last time Pantheon was even using competitive? Like 2-3 years back? Jesus. It's gonna be an exciting game. Alright, let's skip over. Oh, we're almost at the start. We'll just wait a little. Damn, full house. Griffin versus FunPlus Phoenix. Let's go. I mean, early invade with Pantheon Gragas, no surprise there. Pantheon started sweeper. Yep. The best thing Griffin can do versus this kind of level 1 is just spread out and invade the other side. You cannot try to match a Pantheon Gragas in the level 1. They will stun you and kill you. Starting enemy red. Tarzan did the same, mirroring him and starting enemy red. This is going to be a map split. It's going to be split this side for FPX. And it's going to be split this side for Griffin. Griffin bot lane gonna have to play extremely careful. Holy shit, this early of a dive? What is this, 2 minutes 30 seconds dive? Pantheon just pushed the first 2 waves, walked bottom, and got ready for a dive. Wow. This is fucking insane. Damn. Holy shit. What a high pressure way to play the game. Pressuring dives 2 minute 30 seconds into the game. So things that Pantheon is really good at, the mid 2v2 as we talked about because of the targeted stun, but his dive is also really insane because his passive works on turret shots. So you're able to tank like 2 to 3 turret shots. Viper and Lihan can't walk up for the CS because anytime they walk up and Pantheon's roaming, they know they can get 4-man dope. Damn. I was questioning the Vayne pick so much. I was like, what the fuck? Why are you picking Vayne? But when you're having this amount of pressure from mid and jungle, I mean, pick Vayne and get away with it. The enemy bot laner isn't going to be able to really lane on you. Yep. So, not playing for... This is the 3rd time the Pantheon's walking bot side. And he also has sweeper too, so he's constantly sweeping out any wards that can be there. Oh my. Just the amount of pressure that's there for Griffin bot lane due to this constant roams. So with the small opening that Griffin has, looks like they started dragon. Oh man, that dragon play not really paying off. Can we get a replay on that? Let's see what happened. See kind of the lead up for this. So Irelia pushed out lane, hit level 6, TPing back because he knows Vayne hasn't based yet. Vayne still has only Doran shield and potions, so she knows that Vayne has to base. Sejuani already recalled and base. Where Irelia is level 6. Pantheon still hasn't based yet, so he still only has Corrupting Pot. So this is a timing where Griffin has a slight tempo lead. The Vayne has to base, the Pantheon has to base. So Vayne not part of this fight yet, but FPX replying instantly the moment they see them. Chobi missed a stun on the support. And the Gragas constantly tanking the Ocean Drake, and then now Pantheon dropping on top. Tarzan had to flash out to make sure he doesn't get one shot, so the FPX jungler Tian was able to get the dragon. And afterwards, Tarzan can't get back in, so they just focus down the Irelia, the Victor, the Tahm Kench. Wow. Damn. Griffin just thought they could get this dragon fast enough, and also they thought the Pantheon and the Vayne has to base. Like there's no way they can stay for this. And the Pantheon just stayed and made sure he hit level 6 and then went on the dragon. God damn. That Pantheon pick though. I was wondering how it was going to work out because players in pro play aren't like players in solo queue. They're just not going to sit in lane and take the spears to the face. They're going to actively like make sure they save HP, make sure they don't take the mid 2v2s, make sure they don't get dove. So how he played it was, because the Irelia can't contest him in lane, he can just shove her out with his spears and he can look for roams. Wow. Jesus. And then now this time he's faking a roam. He's actually not diving bottom. He's recalling. Pretending like he's going to dive and just disappearing off the map. Putting on pressure that way. Oh, he's actually going to dive. God, Victor flashed away from that too. So he's sitting here with his red trinket. So he sat there with his red trinket. So bot lane doesn't even know if he went all the way. So in a sense, he's in two places at the same time. Because he sat here with red trinket, he can always return to bot lane or return to mid lane or ult down bottom. So both sides have to play extremely careful. Like mid lane has to be like, do I push this out? He can always return to lane and freeze on me. And bot lane has to be like, do we back off? Is he going to return to mid lane or do we try to stay within turret? Like, damn, this Pantheon is like actually a lot of mind games. And then ult flash W to reach the Victor, kill the Seju after. Leon got away because he hit level 6 on Tahm Kench and he ulted out. What does FPX lose for this play? They lose pressure on mid, they lose some CS mid, they lose plating mid. The only thing they really lose is like mid CS and mid pressure. But because it's a Pantheon that's getting kills, he's going to be able to come back mid and build the pressure right up again. And he doesn't even suffer from wave clear problems because he's going Tiamat. God damn, this Pantheon pick is actually fucking insane. He can just constantly push out even after losing that pressure. He don't give a fuck. Wow. He's never going to just stay in lane. He's always going to roam around and move around and get something done. It's the same dilemma again, where he just sits here on top of a pink. He can be both mid lane and bot lane at the same time, so both bot and mid have to play accordingly. So Victor's behind on CS, but he's also going Frostfang, so being behind on CS like isn't that accurate. Like the 40 CS he has isn't an accurate representation. It's not really 40 to 106 CS. It's more closer to like 85 to 106 CS from the CS that the Tahm Kench has. I guess there's 10 CS that Lux picked up. They definitely are behind, but they're not as behind as the CS numbers makes it seem. Griffin with a good mirror play. Instead of trying to defend what's bottom, they took Rift Herald. They went top lane. They used the Rift Herald, and then now they're pushing up more. This is probably the better way to deal with the situation than trying to match the pressure bot. If you're trying to match whatever the fuck FPX is doing, it's just not gonna happen. Like Pantheon early game is so fucking disgusting. Once you let it get going, like you just have to deal with, okay, we let it get going, we have to make plays on the other sides of the map, because if you try to match the Pantheon like head to head, it's gonna bust our head apart. Ooh, I'll show you a small mechanical thing that went down here. So here, Pantheon, not going on the Victor because he knows the Victor's just going to get eaten, and instead going on the Tahm Kench. Why he uses the stun early is whenever you use your stun, you get to block a turret shot, and that's why he did it, to make sure he doesn't take additional turret shot and he can block it out. And rest of the team coming in to finish this later. Oh, it wasn't actually FPX that came in, it was Griffin that replied better. Ooh, there's actually another mistake that's going down here. So here, Vayne overplayed and she autoed, and now she has to get out of range, and she can't be here immediately when Pantheon gets here, so she's missing a few autos. Cause she wanted to get that one auto, she actually ended up missing 3 autos, and then now she was also on the wrong side and she took so much damage from turret. The Vayne misplayed this pretty badly. Aatrox TP'd behind them and then was able to clean up. 1, this dive was overforced. 2, the Vayne autoed the wrong thing and people just weren't there in time. Really good reply from Griffin. This is going to even up the game a lot. Yeah. The Gragas, I think, is on red buff when this is going on, and by the time Pantheon's here, Vayne is too far away, Gragas is too far away, they're not able to one-shot people. And the Tahm Kench using stopwatch plus stick skin to buy so much time. Oh, and sword solo kill deluxe. So Doinb did a review in Chinese and said Vayne should just flash over the turret and hit Tahm Kench instead of backing off and walk back in and take 3 turret shots. That's better, but the best thing for Vayne to do was like stay in range the whole time and just wait until Doinb starts to dive. Then players reviewing their own VOD on stream and talking about what his ally should have done. Not sure how that would ever go over well in LCS. So Griffin actually bought so much time with that dive prevention and picking up kills. The game's stabilizing slowly. Once the game stabilizes all the way and it's like full on 5v5s, there aren't side lanes like getting dove over and over again, it's gonna slowly tilt over to Griffin's side. Once we get into the team fight phase, Griffin should be fine. I say should be fine because I'm a little bit afraid of how much the Vayne and the GP is gonna be able to do. Yeah. Nothing going on for a bit. Next dragon's going to be the big play. Up in 5 seconds. Griffin might just give it up and make plays on top side, yeah. They're thinking this dragon isn't worth that much and we're not strong enough to 5v5 FPX yet. So making plays, getting wars on top side of the map. Okay. Long as they keep holding the vision topside, they're going to be fine when Baron comes up. The dragon stacking isn't even that bad. Luckily for them, it's only been 2 Ocean Drake and an Earth Drake. Yeah. This is what I mean. Long as they can hold this vision and make sure topside is their map, they're not going to lose out on much. Gonna go into Baron control next. This Baron control is gonna be the big point of contention. This is where both teams need to actually be in the same side of the map and just can't give it up. Pantheon went lethality items, so he's still relevant, but it's going to be very soon where the Pantheon starts falling off. People are going to have armor, people are going to have QSS, and also Pantheon in teamfights is just not that great of a champion. Let's see. Playing for pressure mid side. Wow, the game delayed out long enough where both teams weren't that interested in Baron. I guess neither team can really rush it at the moment. And then now the second Drake has come up. Or not the second Drake, the second important Drake. Ocean Drake late game honestly doesn't mean that much. And you just kill Ocean Drake to make sure the other better Drakes come up, or you're getting to the Elder Drake faster. This Inferno Drake gonna be really fucking important. And Griffin, it's really important that they stay on the right side of the map. They wanna occupy this angle. And block FPX off from chokes. Pull the dragon, so the dragon is here, and then try to block them off of these 3 important points. One thing that is going to happen is Pantheons always can drop on behind them, so they're going to have to watch out for Gragas flash engage. But Griffin, I don't think they can just keep scaling. The Vayne and the GP look scary. They are going to have to contest for this dragon. And for FPX, they're going to want to engage. They're not going to want to give this dragon for free. They want that flank angle. GP ult on top of Pantheon ult. They waiting. Oof. Okay. Okay, flank actually happened. Alright, let's rewatch that really quickly. How much was it? 2 for 1? Plus who got the dragon? FPX actually the first to dragon and actually the first ones to be able to pull it out. Doinb clearing from bot side, but don't get fooled. He's definitely still part of the dragon fight. Oh, Griffin actually got the flank first. This 4-1 here. 4-1 squish in. Start flanking. Sword with the flank, but he's going on the Vayne. Vayne is like one of those champions. When people flank you, you're like, come the fuck at me. I don't give a fuck. Vayne is so independently good at dealing with bruisers, so she really does not care that the Aatrox flanked her. Like Aatrox is like using stopwatch. Like the Vayne is not like in danger from Aatrox. Yeah, the Gragas was able to get the dragon. Yeah, Gragas able to get dragon using stopwatch right after buying time. Doinb pushed out the top Kench and the Victor. They got pushed out here. And now they're going to be able to collapse on these two. And rest of FPX are going to be able to collapse here while these two are kind of cut out. Sword flashed in here to make sure everyone's grouped. They can't stay in the pit for too long. They jumped over, finished off Doinb, but even after they finished off Doinb, they're just way too close to the rest of FPX and they're able to catch them. Predator, Gragas. Stopwatch, buying a little bit of time, you're going to die right after anyways. Damn. Overall, like really nice dragon fight from FPX. It was good on Sword that he flanked, but the target he flanked on, Vayne, it just didn't matter because it's a Vayne. That's one of the advantages of a Vayne. Like she has low range, but she deals with flank extremely well. Vayne's not a champion where you get flanked and you feel scared at all. You get flanked and you're like, flank me, thank you, daddy. You see how the Aatrox flanked Vayne, and the Aatrox is the one that ends up running away. That's just how Vayne works. She's such a strong champion in terms of dealing with Bruiser because of her mobility, because of her invisibility, because being able to knock targets away. Like, Vayne getting flanked isn't actually getting flanked by Bruisers. But if it's by stuff like Kennen or like one-shot AP mages, that's something that's difficult. Oof. That Gragas engage. Wow, what an interesting way to use Pantheon. They use Pantheon as a way to enable the Vayne. The whole job of this Pantheon was not to pressure the... I mean, the whole job wasn't to 2v2 Irelia and try to get kills there. His whole job was to pressure bot side. Pressure bot side, be engaged in teamfight, buy time for rest of the carries. This isn't just like a random ass Pantheon pick they did. They had this draft prepared. They knew how they wanted to use Pantheon. They knew they wanted to use Pantheon in conjunction with really strong side lane carries and a lane that can set up dives. What an interesting way to play. Doinb said if they get to game 5, they have another strat like this for whoever is up. Wow. This was just not like randomly pick Pantheon and let's hope it works. It was very well thought out. Very well practiced too also. Just the constant Pantheon disappearing off the map and clearing wards with red trinket vision and being able to be like, am I going to be mid? Am I going to be bottom? Am I going to be diving? What a player. You don't see players like that nowadays, like not just in NA in Europe, just all across the world. Like this kind of creativity combined with the skill and confidence is very rare. It puts the strategy back in League of Legends, where League of Legends nowadays is so meta based, so much about like practicing what you already know, where this is like very special, very unique. Pantheon staying out of vision so you can get the flank anytime. Playing against teams like this it's really not fun prepping for teams like this. Huh? Where did the Pantheon go? Wait. Okay, let's relook at this. They're trying to flank. Vayne dodged the Fedra ult. Oh, she used QSS too early. She used QSS early, flashed out. Vayne not targetable. Knocked back the Irelia. Okay, never mind. Yeah, the Vayne is unkillable. The team, like, the Vayne is just too unkillable. If you look at the damage chart after, like, the Vayne damage is going to be way too high. I mean, Griffin set up a good flank, but as I said, you cannot flank the Vayne. Like, Vayne is not flankable as a champion. The only champion that's really flankable on FPX's team is Lux, but that's a support Lux. Like, I mean, more power to you if you want to flank the support Lux. Wow. Holy shit, hats off to FPX. Like, their prep versus Griffin was so well done, and the execution of the strategy was also so fucking well done. Jesus Christ. Let them have Sejuani, let them draft the Irelia after. We're not going to be scared. Like, Seju Irelia is such a strong mid 2v2. Like, I was like, what the fuck? Why are you guys letting them have this? Like, why the fuck are you drafting, like, Lux Gragas early? But everything had a purpose. The way they played, They just set up this perfect draft for Griffin. Like, we know you like Sejuani early. We know you like drafting Irelia with Seju. We're going to let you have those, and we're going to get you when you think, like, you got that perfect draft. Jesus Christ. Honestly, just hats off to FPX. One of the most fun VOD reviews I've done in a while. Like, their approach to this was just spectacular. I can see why so many people are fans of Doinb.